The following is a remote interview with the Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Shari B.D. Castro, and her delegation of secondary students and mentors while they were in Singapore, participating in the For Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, FIRST Robotics Challenge.
Team British Virgin Islands.
Coming from a country that comprises around 60 tropical islands, this is the first time that we have British Virgin Islands participated in the first global event. We're excited to have them here. They're excited to be present. Let's enjoy this show.
So I'm here with the students at the first Global Robotics Challenge. I have with me Amani Brown, Denise Gatliff-Chalwell, Jerron Gibson, and Kadia James. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. I also have on the line the Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Shari B.D. Castro. Welcome, Minister.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much.
So, everyone, tell us, how has it been for your challenge? How was the time in Singapore?
It has been great. It's been an amazing opportunity.
It was fun, enjoyed like everything, even the competitions and whatnot.
The scenery was nice. I have a good view. Yeah, it's a great place to be.
It was fun trying new things and experiencing something new.
Okay. So tell us about the challenge. How is it going? The challenge itself. Now you're there for 5 days. Well, the challenge itself was 5 days. What have you done so far, or what have you done for the 5 days?
Well, we had to transport the robot from Tortola to Singapore. So the first few days we were basically rebuilding it, putting it back together and making the final touches to it.
And each day, can you talk about what you did during the challenges, like day 1, day 2, up to day 5?
So day 1, day 2 was basically reassembling the robot, and we met so many people. We were surrounded by
Thousands of children and what's and different
a lot
countries.
of children, teams. It was amazing. We got to meet a lot of new friends, and we exchanged contacts so we can keep in touch, of course.
Nice. So did you meet other students from around the Caribbean?
Yes, we sure did.
Met a lot.
So
Actually, next door was the USVI, St. Louis.
nice. So can you tell us, at least for me especially, what goes into making a robot? Like, what are the different elements to make a successful robot?
Teamwork.
Time, dedication, and hard work.
Okay, and is there anything technical that you would need to know or need to make a robot?
Basic knowledge of programming.
Block programming.
Okay, now this year's theme, Hydrogen Horizons, that was the theme for the challenge this year. What does that mean?
Hydrogen Horizons, it basically focuses on the planet's energy sources. So this year it was focused on the hydrogen-based technologies, which basically collect and transport the energy that was produced by the renewable resources.
Okay, now Minister, I'm going to go to you. How do you see robotics impacting our society in the future?
So really, it's not even the future, right? It's now, because it's already impacting. The change is very visible, especially being out here in Singapore and seeing, robots actually very much a part of life. We were at a restaurant and the robot was bringing out the food. It was going to the kitchen and coming back out and bringing out the food. So there's a reality that, robotics is present and it's useful. There's nothing fearful of it, but really how do we embrace it and use it for the development and the betterment of our lives and our territory by extension. And we believe that it's important for our students within our school system to have access to digital literacy, to coding, programming, and robotics, so that they could be able to have the transferable skills that are necessary to be a part of the careers that really are just dominating the world.
And I like how you said that is nothing to fear. I know sometimes we think of it like AI, how persons may fear artificial intelligence taking over our jobs and things like that. But it's something that would just help us. So the STEAM course, how do you see it now evolving in our schools?
So, I mean, we have seen from the start, just a few weeks ago at the start of the school year, that students are extremely excited. Teachers are engaged, and of course, it's new. So we're building, we're improving, we're working as we go. But even as we have been here and we've been communicating with persons from throughout the Caribbean, they are very impressed that we have gone in that direction, and that really the government is a part of the driving force. Usually, it's nonprofits that really begin to push these types of initiatives, and then they have to seek to get the buy-in of the government to support. So from the Virgin Islands perspective, we have the buy-in of government, and we have our technical persons in the ministry, along with our teachers in the schools, like Mrs. Coffee Jules and Mr. Roberts, who really are the hands-on persons teaching our students, mentoring them, helping them to develop in this area. So the STEAM Innovation course is on its way. We look forward to continuing to improve and build. And really, the reality is there's so much connection to FIRST Global in terms of the type of kits that we currently have in our classrooms. They're used in the Lego leagues, and so we're excited about what the future holds, not just in terms of the robotics aspect, but in terms of FIRST Lego as well.
So Team BVI placed 143 out of 191, and that's good for your first time. Do you think you'll be going back for the next challenge?
Most definitely.
That's good.
Yes.
And
the aim is definitely to ensure that because we have started, because we've seen the impact of it, to ensure that every single year that we have the Virgin Islands represented. And of course, because we know as the year passes, we'll be able to develop and strengthen our programs, allow more persons to become involved. We just look forward to seeing how our students could participate in the upcoming leagues, not just as students in terms of engaging, but as volunteers, as mentors. And so there's so much room for development, and we look forward to seeing how we could continue to build capacity among our students in the Virgin Islands.
And on the light side, how is Singapore? I know it's definitely a lot different than the BVI. So for all of you, how is Singapore?
It's amazing. The architecture is beautiful.
Nice.
Like the scenery is very nice. Like it's something I'm not very accustomed to, but I really love it. And yeah.
And they have a lot of nice cars. A lot.
Nice.
Very large and futuristic.
Futuristic.
The perfect mix of greenery.
And Minister, how is it for you?
Oh, I mean, it's been amazing. Like the students have so eloquently said, I love the word futuristic.
So I'm here now with the mentors, Mrs. Coffee Jules and Mr. Roberts. Hello, how is it going in Singapore?
It's going great so far.
Yep, enjoying it.
So tell me about STEAM. What I know, Mr. Roberts, you're a teacher in the STEAM program.
I am indeed, yes. I have 9th grade STEAM class, yeah.
So tell us, what do you see, how far do you see STEAM going in our schools? And the course, how is it evolving?
So one of the things I noticed, especially coming here and with this group of kids, is that it is forcing, well, I wouldn't say forcing, but it's allowing them to start thinking about things in a more logical way in terms of solving the problem. So like after each match, we would come back and discuss both not only strategies, but ways to improve on the robot and stuff like that. And, you've had kids actually looking at talking about, well, okay, changing the gear ratios to adjust speed and power, and looking at the programming on how to get the robot to respond better and that sort of thing. So I think it's really opening their mind and broadening their viewpoint, so to speak.
And Mrs. Joe Coffey, how do you think that this experience has impacted the students there now at the first Global Robotics Challenge?
Well, I think it's been a tremendous impact on the students. I think it has caused them to open their mind to see what they can really do, because First Global Challenge is really about the children and how they're going to use this technology to solve problems. So even with the challenge, with the hydrogen challenge that they had to do, it forced them to collaborate, do a lot of collaboration, because they not only worked among themselves, but also with other teams as their allies when they had to go forward in the matches. So they had to sit and they had to find strategies in which to use their robots. And they were able to identify the purpose of the types of robots that they built. So I think going from this meet this year, 2023, into the 2024, it has pushed their mind, to make them more assertive as to what types of challenge we are going to be engaging in and what would be the best robot design for the challenge, so that we could strategically be able to win.
So STEAM is the first of its kind in all public schools. And so when the both of you, first of all, are you students here? Were you students here in the BBI?
Yes, definitely.
So there was no STEAM when you went to school. Now tell me about your experience. I'm guessing that you also had a bit of a learning curve for robotics. Tell me about that.
Well, for me, to be honest, I was very excited about STEAM. First, for me, STEAM started in the summer when the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs brought about the STEAM summer camp. And it was very exciting to me. And the kids who participated in the summer program, along with their parents, were really excited. So in having STEAM now coming on stream, the acronym STEAM, which is science, which is technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, STEAM is really about bringing them alive, having the students take a more practical approach towards learning, practical and fun approach. So learning is no longer going to be abstract with STEAM. We have so many creative minds within our system, and STEAM is going to afford us the opportunity to see those light bulbs come on in children's minds and bring their creativity alive, something that we wanted to see for years, in our children. I said to my students when I started teaching, what careers are you interested in? And a number of them are interested in engineering, in art, and many of the different opportunities that STEAM would allow for growth for them in the future. So in me teaching every day when I leave my classroom after teaching a session, I am excited. I want to go back because my students are hungry. They don't want to leave the classrooms. They follow me to my room that I sit in, and they ask, teacher, tomorrow are we going to do X, Y, and Z? And you could see the eagerness for learning showing up in the kids now. So STEAM has done something, very exciting in children's learning right now in the system.
Yeah, so for me, no, and I like how you said about going to school and stuff like that. I actually lawn programming basically is a group of friends. We just got together and figured it out on our own kind of thing. When I was in school, there were about 5 computers in a little room that used to be beside the tuck shop. That was it became the maths department office at one point. That's what we used to do on a Saturday. We'd go in and fool around on them. And I got in I would say robotics, but I used to play with Legos from the time I'm small. I always been into bits, so I build computers. I love building. So this coming in is like a dream come true for me, in that it taking a lot of the programming that I love and the building that I love and putting it all in one place, and one of the things I'm looking to do going forward is trying to go and get trained in robotics officially to kind of so that I could come back then and push this thing even further going forward, because when I see some of the things that a lot of the other countries did, and these guys have been involved in the FTC program from inception and that sort of thing, the kind of ideas and things that they came up with, I need to come and train and to give us a better chance.
So, Minister, you definitely have the country, the territory locked in with STEAM, and we see what it has done for students in broadening their horizons and their opportunities and what they could do as a career. So, as far as our teachers, is the ministry thinking about how they can build a capacity in training our teachers to teach STEAM or the different science courses in our primary schools?
So most definitely, the ministry has already started professional development in the area of STEAM through partnership with the H. Larry Stowe Community College. And we intend to take it even higher and see what type of relationships we can forge with our current stakeholders in terms of our affiliate universities, that we'll have the opportunity to have that access, as Mr. Roberts said, to be able to really take this thing to the next level. The opportunities are very much present. And just to hear the interest of the two mentors just now speaking to the reality of the impact of STEAM, not just in the Virgin Islands, but coming here and seeing it come alive, it's just, further incentive for me to go out there and push for the funding, to push for the programs, to push for the training, so that we could actually develop.
So Amani, Danae, Jaron, and Kadia, tell me, what are your plans for the future? What are you going to study? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I hope to study business. I'm not sure what aspect as yet, but I hope whatever I choose, I'm good at what I do and fulfilled and successful.
For me, I want to be an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, but I would like to at least try to go to college to learn business and what's not. And yeah.
Go to maritime school to become a cruise ship captain and maybe a private yacht captain as well.
I would like to become an automotive engineer or soldier.
Tell me, what advice would you give to students who want to get into STEAM or are interested in robotics?
Don't be scared. Do it now. Don't waste time, because opportunity might not be there tomorrow. And this goes for everything, not just STEAM or robotics. Anything that you're interested in, jump at it every chance that you get.
Always put your best foot forward, because you might not know when you'll be able to get another chance like this.
If you're into engineering, or if you like to build stuff, or you have a passion, I would say this is a great opportunity for you to do so and for you to display your work.
Trial and error, always try to do something. You never learn to walk if you never try to stand.
So Amani and Danae, you were the winners of the National Science Fair in March, correct?
Yes.
Now you're transitioning to this international challenge. And can you compare how that challenge prepared you for this one?
It prepared us by we learned how to work under pressure, and we learned how to like efficiently explain and like do research.
Along with planning, for the sense where it took a good amount of planning and we kind of procrastinated, but this time we actually knew how to plan all day and what to do.
I know this year science fair was a course, and I knew a lot of students who were hesitant with entering, and that was the same with us. We were like, should we do it? Should we not? But we ended up doing it anyways, and look how that turned out. And then that transition to this, so you never know what you do. Like you never know where it can take you. So always like don't be afraid to try new things.
The Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports is focused on moving education in the Virgin Islands full steam ahead.